So here we are, some quick Wikipedia. The Boeing 747-400 was made between 1988 to 2009. Almost 700 of them were made. Many of them were freight planes nowadays. It had a length of 70 meters, a wingspan of 64 meters, and it could go a little bit under Mach, so 0.92 Mach. Alright, so this is a special limited edition, I guess, from the Eggplane series here. Here's the box. I paid like $7 in today's money, maybe $8. So there's no TH number, it just says 60503 limited edition, and it's the Japanese government air transportation jet. And I didn't paint it correctly because I'm lazy. So the bottom half is supposed to be gray, but I didn't feel like masking it off. I already stained the body being white and all that stuff, so I just decided to call it quits while I could. Let's see if there's so few parts. Look at that. That's the build instructions, which I kind of like. You know, I don't want to make a serious model kit. I'll make a Gundam if I want to do that. But there's no cockpit, so if you leave the clear piece over the window there, you're just going to see a bunch of emptiness, an empty cavity, so I blacked mine out. Also, it's pretty going to be difficult to paint these things gray because this has to be trapped by the shell, and I had to add some putty and stuff around it, so you definitely have to put it together and then mask it off instead of painting parts separately, I think. Yeah, otherwise, nothing majorly wrong. Just this one livery, and boy, I gotta tell you, it's a miracle I got this window decal right. It's actually 4 pieces, so I'll show you. Let me get this. These are actual pictures of the real registration number on this decal kit, so look at that. Is a crazy deformation how short it is. I love it. I love how goofy it looks. It's so fat. Look at the fatness of it, and yet the wings are so short, right? It's really cool. They skipped a set of rear wheels here. They just have 2 bogey sets instead of 4 in the rear, but that's fine. Alright, so let's maybe move that aside. I have this my own 3D printed peg stand with an acrylic rod, and the friction fits so tight I can't even get that out, so I'm just gonna have to leave it. But you can see it's pretty plain on the bottom, but the decal here. Alright, so what I did is I laid this side on first, and I had the end around the center here. Then I laid that side, and then there's this tiny decal. I'm not sure if you're gonna even pick up on it because I use so much super strong mark fit from Tamiya. But this little thing is covering up that gap. It's actually a little bit off under this magnification. But the worst one is this one, because it's such a crazy curvature that, yeah, I probably applied that decal softener 10 times, 15 times on this, and yet there's still wrinkles. So I just gave up after a while. So I don't know of a better way they could have done the graphics, though. Maybe they give you 2 sets, that would be better. I will say there was another set of just windows, but they cracked from age. This model kit, I guess, is old. And being a white body, I stained it very easily. so not great. Here's the blacked out windows. And the actual backside has the black. It looks like it's on the outside, but this is just a clear coat. I suppose I could put this in after the clear coat. A little silver paint inside the engines here and on the back half. And then the gray for the landing gear and a little silver there. And the gray for the wheels and all that stuff. So it's not quite the rendition as in the photographs, but it's good enough for me. Alright, well, I don't have too many deformed commercial vehicles. Everything else is mostly military, but I do have the space shuttle that the Eggplane series did. And it's really neat. You got this little wire that it comes with, and you got this astronaut. And they give you several decals to do, like the Endeavor, and I forget what the other ones were, but I chose the Columbia because it was the first one to actually go into space. So that's it. They're both very similar in their extreme deformation, which I like. But I'll show you like a different one. This is the A6 Intruder, and it just has these giant wings. Partially I think it's because of the landing gear and the loadout, but the only other military one I've seen that's close to like this is the Mustang, which I did review. I just didn't bring it out for show. So I kind of wish they were all more like this with super short wings to make it look totally unrealistic to fly. But that's the whole purpose, I think, of a cartooned, deformed vehicle. It's not supposed to make any sense whatsoever. It's just supposed to be funny looking and make you laugh. Alright, well, let's get these out of the way. So, yeah, it's a good model kit if you can find it. But they have the same mold with actual regular liveries. Regular Japan Airlines, most likely, but I've seen the ANA Airlines. I think I've even seen Cathay Pacific. So you could maybe track those down. I'm sure you could even find this on eBay. I was lucky I found it at a used toy store here. So there's a possibility if I find one cheap enough, I'll make the same model just with a different livery. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Deform Airplane video.